So, on the edge of the desert, when the drugs begin to take hold.
You're either in or you're out. Right now.
I want to gamble.
I never want to hear those words out of your mouth again.
Gambling is not your problem.
Has anybody ever told you before your bad luck?
Most gamblers, when they go to gamble, they go to win.
Those were my mother's dying words.
When we go to gamble, we go to lose. Show me the money.
Get out of here, man.
Show you the money.
Honestly, let's just go. Let's go to Vegas.
Jerry, I want you to say what you would mean it, brother. Show me the money!
It's the Sports Memory Vegas pregame show.
Hello, everyone. From the Draft House, college football kickoff, week 1. Newman, the games have not disappointed this year. Can you remember a more of an electric start to a year than this?
I don't know, man. I'm just super excited for this. Week 1. Let's go. Let's fucking go.
Let's go. If you guys are new to the show, what we do here is we cover the main matchups for the week, mostly top 25 teams, and we're going to tell you all the gambling advice for not only your viewing pleasure, but definitely to make some money. So far this year, I'm 6-1. I can't be stopped. Newman had a rough start last week, going 1-4. But
No. I went 2-3, bro. Relax, chill out. Give them the facts.
Newman is going to come back strong this week, and let's not waste any more time. Let's get into it. Number 23, Cincinnati, going to Arkansas. Luke Fickell going on the road against KJ Jefferson. What do you think, Nooms?
KJ Jefferson is awesome. He's one of the better quarterbacks in the SEC in what's pretty much a down year for quarterbacks in the SEC. So I'm going to take Arkansas here, and I'm going to lay the 6.5. That over-under, I think, is interesting.
It's way low. I'm telling you right now, there's going to be points scored in this game.
I like the over on that for sure.
Yep. I'm taking Arkansas. Trevor's taking Arkansas. You're taking Arkansas. Cincinnati just loses too much. They just lose too much. Luke Fickell's one of the best coaches in the country, but I think KJ Jefferson's too strong today for the Bearcats.
Yeah, I mean, Art Briles' offense is just not Art, but the Briles' offense is just way too good, in my opinion. So,
yep. Arkansas is going to be a favorite over week in and week out. Go early when they're getting 53 points, because this is going to be mid to high 50s as soon as Vegas catches up to Arkansas. Let's jump to the next game. It's your Utah Utes. Cam Rising going to Florida, going to SEC country. Can Pac-12's best team win in the Swamp?
Yeah, so this is an interesting game, mostly because Utah has to travel to Florida. So playing in the Swamp is a difficult environment, especially in early September here. But this Utah is absolutely awesome. They're loaded on both trenches. They have skill players that are really good. Their running back is awesome, Tavion Thomas. Cam Rising, I think, is a Heisman candidate. They really don't lose when Cam Rising's in the game. And you saw they played the best game of the season last year against Ohio State in the bowl game, the Rose Bowl. Like, if they can keep up with Ohio State scoring-wise, there's no way Florida's going to be able to fucking touch them. So I expect Utah to run all over Florida. They have trouble stopping the run. They have one defensive tackle that's any good. Their defense is fucking Swiss cheese. So I like Utah. I will lay 3 points. I'm actually taking Utah on an alt line -7.5. I mean, there's a lot of people that think that Anthony Richardson is going to be some miracle child here that's just going to be able to keep Florida in the game, and they have more talent. They don't have more talent. They're fucking shitty. And Anthony Richardson is not a better, is not going to be better under fucking Billy Napier than he is under Dan Mullen. Dan Mullen's a significantly better play caller. So yeah, I am all over Utah on this game.
I mean, obviously, you went to Florida State. You're a Seminole fan. You have Florida bias here, but I actually think you're spot on here. In non-conference games, early season games, you just go with who has more talent, and Utah has more talent than the Florida Gators. And Cam Rising is a Heisman hopeful. Cam Rising is a stud. Watch this game. I actually think this is going to be a blowout. I'm with you. I think Utah rolls Florida. I love your 7.5 alt line. Everyone tune into Utah because Utah is going to be good week in and week out.
Absolutely.
All right, let's get into a top 5 matchup. What I think it's probably the marquee matchup, but I think there's the best team in the country, and then there's the other team. You have number 5 Notre Dame going into the horse the Buckeye Stadium. Number 2 national champion pick. Ohio State is a 17.
Yeah, so I really want to take Ohio State here minus the 17 points. Or I'm sorry, I really want to take Notre Dame getting 17 points, but I just can't. I don't think that they have the explosive players on offense to be able to keep with Ohio State in this game. They're probably better in the trenches, and there's a chance that they can muck it up and just keep it close. But Ohio State's got too many good skill players. Smith-Njigba is absolutely awesome.
Top 10 pick.
He's
probably
the best wide receiver in the country. So I just think that he has a great chance to just do his thing, and because of that, Notre Dame is not going to be able to cover these points here.
Yeah, no, I'm with you here. Ohio State, like I said, is my national champion pick. Smith-Njigba, Marvin Harrison Jr., C.J. Stroud is going to live up to Ohio State quarterbacks winning national champions. Notre Dame, I'm sorry, you got a new coach, you got a new coordinators, you got a new quarterback. You are not going to be enough for the Buckeyes. Let's move down to Carolina. You have number 13, NC State, Newman's darling of the year, traveling to the pirate ship that is ECU. ECU getting 11.5 points. Newman is NC State and Devin Leary covering 11.5 points at the pirate ship.
Yeah, I think they are. I don't think ECU's all that good this year. Normally, this is a game that would give NC State some trouble, but this NC State team is one of the better teams that they've had ever. They're good in both lines. They have good skill players, and they have a special quarterback. At the end of the day, 11.5 points is easy to cover against a team like ECU for NC State.
ECU is a party school. That tailgate's going to be hopping. The bars are going to be hopping. But so is NC State's offense. I think they cover 11.5. Devin Leary is a stud. I don't know what he's going to do in the NFL. I don't think I like him that much. But as a college quarterback, Devin Leary, good. ECU doesn't have enough.
He's going to be drafted for sure.
Let's move into Rutgers at Boston College, the birthplace of football, going into the Harvard Yard. What do you think about two quarterbacks that I think are on totally different planes? You got Noah Vedral for Rutgers. You got Phil Jurkovich for Boston College. Boston College is a 7-point favorite here. What do you think? Do you think Boston College covers this 7-point spread?
I don't. So Boston College has two really good players in Phil Jurkovich and Zay Flowers, their wide receiver. They're both first round, or not first round, but they're both NFL talents. But outside of that, Rutgers, they're good. Like Schiano knows how to coach up some defense. He's going to be able to limit what they want to do offensively. I don't necessarily think Rutgers wins this game, but I definitely have them covering 7 points.
And Rutgers is booty. They are straight booty. They are going to be the worst team in the Big Ten. Phil Jurkovich is good. I love them. I think BC covers here, so we differ on this game, Newman. I can't wait to tell you you're wrong in person. Let's jump to, I think, your upset special, Newman. UNC, for some reason, did a bye game at beautiful Appalachian State. Appalachian State is getting a point. Tell me why App State is going to pull off the upset today.
Yeah. So you said bye game. That's B-U-Y, not B-Y-E for some people out there. They actually had to pay App State to go to App State, and then they're going to probably lose. I like App State money line. After watching UNC's performance last week, there's no way I can buy on this team. They barely escaped a game against FAMU when FAMU was down 25 scholarship players. They were 38-point favorites. They didn't even come close to covering. App State is a significantly better team than that. They're better in the trenches. They have a fine quarterback. Drake May is probably going to be pretty good, but I just don't trust anything else about UNC. So give me App State. I don't even need the point. I'm taking a money line here.
I'm with you. Let's go App State. Appalachian State got put on the map with the blocked field goal against Michigan. They're more than that now. They're a legit program. They take down the ACC opponent in UNC. No Sam Howell, no chance for UNC. App State pulls off the upset. Speaking of upsets, we have another close top 10 matchup here. Number 11, Oregon, going into number 3, Georgia. Another 17-point spread. This game is all about, does Oregon have enough dudes to score on that Georgia defense? That Georgia defense, they don't rebuild, they reload. What do you think? Does Bo Nix have enough to go against that Georgia defense?
So I'm going to say no. I'm going to take Oregon plus the points. I think that Dan returning to Oregon, returning to Georgia. He was defense coordinator last year for them in that awesome defense. He, if anyone, knows where the weak points are. Also has faced their offense and their offense coordinator plenty of times in practice for the last couple of years. So if there is an advantage to be had, he definitely can get Oregon there. Oregon also is really good, man. People forget how good they are. They have, Noah Sewell, Penei Sewell's brother, as linebacker. They also have a bunch of other really good players on that defense. Their defense is really good. They're going to be able to keep it close. Also, I don't think that Georgia is nearly as explosive offensively as they were last year. They lost several wide receivers. George Pickens, one of them. Trey Burton, they lose to Alabama. So they're going to struggle a little bit there. And I expect Oregon to be able to keep it close. I like them plus the 17-point.
I just don't see how Oregon's going to score. I hear you. Stetson Bennett, average at best. You heard that here. Stetson Bennett, average at best. Bo Nix, I already used booty, so I won't say that again. Bo Nix stinks. He stunk at Auburn. He's going to stink at Oregon. Let me just tell you, he's no good. Georgia is. Georgia wins this by not 1, not 2, 3 touchdowns. I like them by 21 points or more in this game.
Yeah, so my thing is Kenny Dillingham, who was with Bo Nix in his best season at Auburn as offense, absolutely understands how to scheme up shot plays, right? So their explosiveness is going to come from the scheme. And it's not like Oregon doesn't have good athletes. So I do expect them to figure out a way to get a couple really explosive plays that lead to some touchdowns and keep them in this game. Look for that. Look for their running backs who are absolutely monsters.
They got 2 really good running backs, but guess what? Georgia's defense is just too much.
So we shall see.
All right, let's go into our big spread of the week. There's going to be a lot of good football games on. I don't know if this will be a good football game, but you got a good team in Oklahoma. You got Pay Dirt Pete, UTEP going into Norman. Number 9, Norman, is getting 30 points. You heard that right. 30-point spread. UTEP was my upset special last week against North Texas. Totally let me down. I am off Pay Dirt Pete. Give me Oklahoma spotting a large number. What say you, Newman?
So you're not going with the Fighting Mia Khalifas this week?
I'm all on the Fighting Mia Khalifas. I'm done. I'm done with them.
Yeah, give me Oklahoma. I think they roll.
For sure. You know what, Newman? There's a game next. We're gonna save that for last. Let's jump to Monday night. We got Clemson, Georgia Tech, ACC battle in ATL. Clemson giving 22.5 points to their conference rival. Can Ukulele get it done?
Yeah, I think that Clemson is way too good for Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech might have the worst season in the ACC. They're bad. Their best player transferred to Alabama, Jahmyr Gibbs. So, and also, low key, Dabo Swinney fucking hates Georgia Tech's head coach for some of the bullshit antics
Running up
pulled.
the score? Can I get a running up the score?
I expect them to run up the score.
Me too, brother. Clemson makes this almost unwatchable on Monday night. We got a new segment this year. I didn't tee it off in the beginning. I'll tee it off now. We got Newman's 2-minute offense. Newman is going to break down a couple of games, give you some quick lines, quick hitters. Newman, 2-minute offense, go score a touchdown.
Yeah, so Georgia State is playing against South Carolina. I like them to add to your parlays. I think that there's a good chance that they cover 12.5 points. So look for that action there. Georgia State runs a triple option style offense. They have really good players. I expect them to be able to keep it close here against South Carolina, just because when you run that triple option, there's limited possessions. And as good as South Carolina may be with the addition of Spencer Rattler, I just can't see them pulling that far away from Georgia State. So give me the 12.5. Boise State at Oregon State. This is an interesting game. I think Oregon State's actually going to be pretty good. They have some really good players. Jonathan Smith knows how to coach. Boise State is coming off a down season. I don't necessarily think they have the players here to play with Oregon State, so I will give the 2.5 points out here. Louisville, Syracuse. The commish pops in. Louisville at Syracuse. Syracuse is getting 4.5 points at home. I like Louisville. I think Malik Cunningham's really good, and he can be the difference in this game.
S.
Yeah. And then number 24, Houston at UTSA. I don't understand. I mean, these are conference opponents. UTSA was a darling last year. We picked them in a lot of games. They were awesome. I think that they lose a little bit too much, and Houston kind of has something to prove. So Houston has a chance to be one of those. I mean, they have a chance to literally go to a New Year's Six Bowl because they could be the top group of 5 team. So I expect them to show out and actually go out there and kind of light up the scoreboard. And they're just more explosive than UTSA.
Yeah, the Roadrunners won us a lot of money last year. The Roadrunners made us look very smart last year. Every major conference plucked their team. They lost so much. And Houston's good year in, year out. They are a group of 5 team that, again, to steal a saying I already said, they don't rebuild, they reload. Houston is a good team. I think you and I are going to be picking Houston all year long.
Yep.
All righty, here we go. Sunday night, NOLA, LSU, hosting Florida State, the Seminoles. They need a season to give their coach a chance. I am all over LSU. I am going Baton Rouge crazy. Give me the Tigers, but I bet you're going to tell me why Florida State is going to pull this off. Hit me with it.
Dude, I'm so excited that Brandon has given me 10 points for this spread. Florida State's only really favored or an underdog by 3, but Brandon's being so generous that it is giving me a 10-point spread. And I'm going to take the points there. Why not? I'm also taking Florida State money line here. Florida State's significantly better than they were last year. They return 83% of their production from previous seasons. Jordan Travis has new confidence. Their offensive line, they added that line, and they get better. LSU has a bunch of transfers in the secondary, which can be very difficult in terms of communication. This is week 1 for LSU. It is week 2 for Florida State. So they've got an extra game under their belt in which they were able to, work out some of the kinks. And I just expect Florida State to really keep this game close and have a chance to win. I know both you and Trevor, because Trevor's a pessimist, are picking LSU and you're just a hater, but I'm all over the Noles, and this is going to be probably the most fun game of the weekend.
I mean, that went to the Hoosiers last night, up beating Illinois at home. That game was unreal. Let's stay on this game. Florida State didn't have 100-yard rusher. They didn't have 200-yard rushers. They had 3 100-yard rushers. That rush offense is good. I'll give it to you. You know what's better? That LSU defensive line. They are not going to be – the offensive line is not going to be able to get off the ball against the LSU defensive line like they were able to get off Duquesne, Pittsburgh's third best team, JKJK. I'm telling you right now, LSU has too many dudes. I don't know how Florida State's going to move the ball. Jordan Travis is going to have to play one of his best games ever.
I expect him to. I
That's
expect
the
him
thing.
to. Florida State has scored with Jordan Travis. With Jordan Travis on the field, Florida State has 39 consecutive possessions in the red zone in which they've scored a touchdown or a field goal.
Regression.
An elite college quarterback. And also, Mike Norvell knows how to scheme up
Mike
offense.
Norvell low-key sucks, bro. He sucks.
If you watch Florida State versus Clemson, who has the best defensive line in the country, better than LSU's, significantly better than LSU's last year, significantly better than what will be this year, Florida State was able to scheme up shots and nearly fucking upset Clemson last year. LSU is not better than Clemson, and Florida State's going to be able to do the fucking same thing against them. Plus, their secondary fucking sucks balls. Brian Kelly is an overrated coach. Brian Kelly is an overrated coach. This is year 1 for him, and they're going to have significant issues on offense scoring the ball. Okay, their offensive line sucks balls. Florida State's defense is actually good, and they're going to be moving the ball. I expect Florida State to win this game. I'm not saying it's not going to be close. There is, but if one team is going to blow out the other, it's probably Florida State blowing out LSU, not LSU blowing out Florida State.
Brian Kelly's going to be cooking up some gumbo in New Orleans. Yeah. Let me tell you what, Brian Kelly's lived in Louisiana his whole life, and he ain't going to let the home state down. LSU.
Is it his family?
No.
Family.
LSU will not let me down. They'll not let their state down. They will cover the spread. I was just kidding with 10 points. The spread's actually pretty good.
No, you weren't. No, you weren't. You was 10 points. I took it. I have the evidence.
He has the red receipts. I don't care. Let's go Tigers. Everyone, I hope you had a good day. We got about an hour till kickoff for the beginning of the games. We're going to go do a fantasy football draft in person. Everyone, have a great weekend. We will be back here next Saturday to win you money, to win me money, to win Newman money. Peace out.